Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Unholy Horde playthrough on the channel. And as you can see, we have Emma currently going to handle this trade route. Now, I did mention in the last episode that I would be trying to explain things just a little bit more in depth, and I already kind of forgot one major issue, as a commenter actually mentioned. So basically, as you can see, we have Canute and Emma at 40 years old, which is actually the maximum, essentially, that you can make your characters. Now, why did I actually choose to do that? Well, as I mentioned when we were creating the characters, I do not want to deal with all the tedium of just, basic tedious stuff that we have done in the other series many, many times. So what I actually decided to do was go and create characters that are already pretty strong to begin with. So as you can see, he is very strong at management, combat, command, and we don't have to actually train him up from zero on these. And Emma, on the other hand, is very strong at trade, persuasion, and intelligence. We don't have to actually build her up on any of that. Since we're going against the Unholy Horde as well, this will probably help us to some extent on that. So yeah, that is basically why I've decided to do that. And at the same time, we have longevity, so hopefully Canute will live longer, or at least um, he will last longer before he starts to lose knowledge and things like that. But we'll just have to see. And I do think Harold will be able to progress all the same. As you can see, he's already got 2 trade skill, 2 management skill. He's doing pretty well. So I don't think it'll be too big of an issue for our heir either. And what we will pretty much do is try to get Harold to actually be the next manager, and hopefully we will have him come of age before we need that second chancellor. So where are we right now? We just got this trade route for rye, which will help us a lot with food, so everybody is not eating rutabaga before too long. And we will just leave that on trade automatically. And the library is finished. So what are we going to go for first? Well, I think we are going to need the mine and the herbalist. We want to get ourselves up to these axes and swords as soon as possible. However, we also want to be dealing with things like temple. We're going to need this as soon as possible as well. So I think we're going to do essentially 3 branches. We're going to need, first of all, the mine. We'll set Canute on things like this. And once Emma gets back, we'll set her on things related to peasantry happiness, just to kind of divide things up and make it a little more reasonable. Now, once Harold gets of age, we will probably have him just take over random things that we otherwise are not already dealing with. So for right now, we'll have Emma on temple, and we will have Canute going down the line, getting things like mine, coal furnace, workshop, that sort of thing, weapon forge, and all of that. And then, like I said, when Harold is old enough, when he becomes 12, we will have him on just whatever extra random things. So that is about it for the moment. We just gotta let them build. We need the tavern, and then, let's see, what is the next? The next major one is probably another dormitory, and then we will want this brewery. Oh wait. Actually, so we will take the dormitory, yes, but not the brewery yet, because we actually need the lumber mills. And then we will do the brewery. And as far as I know, if you check build first, as far as I know, if you do this in order, so we did this, and then we did this, and then we do these, that should be the actual order of priority, but I'm not 100% sure, it feels that way. Okay, and Emma is home now, so we are going to go ahead and set her up on, as we said, the temple. And after that, we will probably have her go with the peasant houses, because the quicker that we can get a lot of loyalists is going to be good. So we're going to have her do temple, then peasant's house, and then loyalty basics, I think, is the next thing. And then we'll probably, actually, we may have her do Ryefield and Mill before the loyalty basics, because I think ensuring that we continue to have a good source of flour is probably going to be more important for loyalists than just having the doubled likelihood, because if their mood gets sour because of their eating rutabaga, that would probably be quite bad. So for the moment, that's what we're going to do. We are waiting for these lumber mills, and we're actually going to immediately start upgrading them. And then we can start worrying about getting the breweries. We'll put Canute on this, set it to upgrade immediately, set it to build first, of course, and we will just wait for this other one to get built. Okay, and another lumber mill done. We will put Canute on it, and we will set it to upgrade as well. And now this one has been finished, and we're going to upgrade it again. It is going to, of course, cost iron, but we do have a good amount of starting iron, so that's okay. Okay, now, of course, it is nighttime, so all we managed to do was mostly just get these dormitories, the tavern, and we also got the library done, and we got most of our lumber mill work done. We do still need this one to be upgraded twice. We need this one to be upgraded one more time. And now they are... Well, Emma is actually playing music right now. Her mood is okay. I think we're just going to have her actually go and study. And we're going to go, let's say, to Dynasty, and we actually want to make sure that they do not dice game, because whenever they lose, they just get upset about it, and also if they lose their rings in dice games to visitors, then they'll also be upset about that. So we don't really want to be dealing with that. Everything else is fine, though. We're going to let them continue to drink alcohol if they would like. That is totally fine. And otherwise, okay, Harold is actually super happy. Hopes for the future, full of energy. He's super happy, that's good. And Canute is a little bit lonely. Actually, we can let them spend time together at least. Now, our plan is to start this army as soon as possible. However, we don't have any cadens that are cheap enough, so we are going to wait on it for now. We don't have a lot of money either. Unfortunately, the trader did not come today. There wouldn't be a lot that we could sell. Maybe a little bit of wood, just because we are getting it in tributes. But for the most part, we need to wait until we are able to produce weapons, and that is going to be our main export, is just exporting probably spears, because I believe spears are worth a little bit more than maces. It doesn't actually let us check, but I think they do sell for just a little bit more than maces, so we can actually create spears, sell those, and then create maces for our main source of actually weapons to use in combat. And I have mentioned, so basically spears, they are better against bandits, but I like to use maces anyways against bandits, because you get more prisoners that way. You can knock them out, take them as prisoners, and either use them as prison labor, or you can just immediately sell them, and that is a pretty good source of income as well. Now, I don't know why they haven't actually woken up. That's a little strange. It's almost work time. Usually they want to go to the altar in the morning, but I guess they're really not going to do that. Okay, Emma is absolutely sleeping in. And you know what? That is okay. I don't even care. Now, that is pretty excellent. Canute actually has an inspiration right now, which will make him study a lot faster. We're going to let him take care of these inspections, even though they are already inspected, because it gets him experience a little bit faster. We want him to get up to that 15 management as soon as possible, because that will get him the chancellery, of course. And another thing, so I figured this out completely by accident. It doesn't seem to work on the hall, but if you right click, you can actually change the manager this way. I don't know, everybody else probably knew about this. I did not. So you can just right click instead of having to go there, which is a lot nicer. So okay, now we are going to have Canute work on, I think, coal furnace. Actually, workshop may be a little bit better, because we could start creating at least a little bit of tools. I actually already have looked into it, and bows, for what you actually have to put into it, is not really economically better than just creating spears. When you're able to create spears with the weapon forge. So I don't think we will go for the bows route. We will probably just create spears in order to make money instead. Now, of course, it is a little bit risky, because you have to go with whatever the trade routes are, and I don't really... I have no idea what everybody else is going to be buying. Right now, it looks like they're just buying moonshine and flour. We can definitely export some moonshine, but I don't really think moonshine trade routes are actually worth it, because they are only, it doesn't actually show, but they're only, 2 gold or something a piece, so it doesn't really make up for the paper price and the amount that you have to actually send to the Holy Mother. So now what do we have here? Threat of vassalage. York. Was York these guys? I think York was these guys. So we have no idea how strong they might be. It says 7. This tends to not be exactly correct though, but 7, 2, and 2. It's not actually a super strong army, but we can't really help them. But look at that, they have 1. So yeah, they're probably going to get vassalized by York soon. And that is just something that they will have to deal with all on their own. And now we have our King's Ambition, and we're just going to go with Fertile for the moment. And Emma is still asleep. What is going on there? Huh. We're just going to have her get up. We don't want her sleeping all day. She already pretty much has slept all day. Now, I was going to have Canute continue to do all the inspections, but he's actually ignoring me, so he doesn't actually want to do it. Which is fine. He has the 11 intelligence right now because of his inspiration, so it's actually making him study a lot quicker, which is pretty good. Now, they did also finish these breweries, which is quite nice. We'll go ahead and throw these together. We'll start the upgrade on this one, let them build that first. And otherwise, we will probably just start the upgrades on these, even though we're not going to need them for the moment. But we will go to production, and we will set moonshine production up to, we'll just set it to 100 for right now. We'll probably need more than that, so that they spend all of their rutabaga on it. But for the moment, it is okay. Okay, and so it seems they are going to go on a date, Emma and Canute. But the trader is about to be here. I don't know if there's really nothing that we can actually sell. We will probably sell any amount of moonshine that we get, because what my plan is, even though we did get rid of the hop field book, what we will probably do, though, is end up buying hops from somebody, and then we can produce that potentially into beer, although hopefully we can just produce flavorful ale instead. But we will just have to see how that actually plays out. Okay, so here we are at the trader, and rye is apparently at an increased price right now. Not actually worth selling, but so is the medical salve. Medical salve is at an increased price, and we don't need it at the moment. Normally, let's see, they normally sell it for 22, so we actually won't benefit from an actual, we won't get any kind of a profit here. However, it will give Emma more experience. So we will go ahead and sell these, just for the experience. Now, where is our mine book? We can get rid of that. And flavorful ale right here. That may actually be worth it. So if we do want to instead create beer, we would need this book back. I'm not thinking that I actually want to, though. I would rather just produce flavorful ale. So we will go ahead and buy that book. Now, there's probably nothing else we really need here. Maybe just the paper for another trade route in time. And otherwise, did she gain much experience? She gained 3. That's not bad. We'll take it. And we will just let them go. I think they're going to go on their date, and Canute is actually... He's totally... He just passed out on the floor somewhere. Where is he? Oh, he's in his house. Okay, they built his house. That's cool. Now, Canterbury is actually... They were a suzerain, but now they're independent. Well, either way, they are selling hops. So if we can get 5 paper, so we need 2 more. If we can get a couple more paper tomorrow from the caravan, we would actually be able to start stocking up a little bit of hops, which means maybe we should start actually... As soon as she gets done with Temple, maybe we should actually do a beeline here for flavorful ale. We'll also need the herbs, which it's going to be a little difficult because with this little tiny amount of herbs that are here, it's going to be hard to both produce flavorful ale and produce medical salves, which is the other thing that you can use herbs for. But maybe we can find somebody that actually sells them at some point. That's going to be difficult. I don't usually see people sell herbs, but sometimes it does happen. So now we're going to just go back to our inspections, and we may also want to make another field of some kind, but we're going to place the mine for now. And let's see, these are already upgraded. These still need to be upgraded. We can go ahead and unsnooze this, and we will actually set it to build first, and we'll unsnooze this one as well, just in case. Temple is ready, that is good. We're going to move this down over here somewhere, I think. Probably right about there. And let's see, where's the best place for this first temple? Okay, we'll go with about right here, I think. I hope that's right. Because I think we can put one building right here in between our lord houses and the temple. So that should be okay. We need a path now, though. I actually haven't built any paths because I really wasn't sure how I wanted to do it. But I think what I want to do... I think I want to kind of do like a middle path here, and then just connect everything. So it'd be kind of like this. And then, yeah, these paths like this. And maybe a path going up this way. And something kind of like this. Oh, whoops, why is it not? Oh, we ran out of money. Oh no. We're already out of money. That's not good. That is not good at all. Okay, so this is like as much path as we can do right now. Okay. Can't really do that one then. Let's see, what are the most important? Getting to the library isn't super important, but getting over to this rutabaga field seems super important. So we'll go ahead and try to put a path down this way, like that. And we don't really need anybody getting to these breweries that fast either. I didn't realize we were so low on money. That is not good. But that is going to be one of the struggles due to just being on hardcore mode and getting those free books. Okay, and now that Emma is done, of course, with the temple, we are going to place her on flavorful ale, and hopefully she will get done with that pretty soon, because actually the quicker that we can export a little bit of that, we won't be able to... Oh, there is actually... Okay, York actually took control of Lincoln, so we could actually trade with them. That would be the best possible way to start getting some money, is if we can create flavorful ale as soon as possible and export it to them. We would actually be making a lot of money. And for the moment, because I don't want everybody to be upset about the lack of salary, we just have to get rid of all these roads. We can't even... We just can't. It's too expensive right now, which is super unfortunate, but at least we have the coal furnace now as well. That is getting closer and closer to what we need. And I think we're going to go with the weapon forge first, because we really need to get any amount of exports possible, and weapon forge will at least allow us to create spears once we have the iron and the coal for it. So that is going to be the next thing. If we can start getting some spears, we can just sell those directly to the trader, and that will definitely be good for us. Now we're going to place this... We're going to place this up here, I think. That looks good to me. Let's place it right there, and there's nothing else we really need to place for the moment. We just need money. That is really the struggle right now. Now, as you can see, we got our mine finished as well. Now, it has, because we did the extra iron reserves parameter for the game settings, we don't actually need to upgrade this for the additional amounts. However, it still puts an additional job slot. So we are going to upgrade it just for that purpose, and we have plenty of wood, so there's really no reason not to do it. Now, Knut and Emma, I would like them to spend time with each other. They have the interest. And as you can see, Emma's opinion of Knut is actually quite low. We don't want that to get too low. That's why I actually like that I gave them both beautiful, because hopefully it increases their interest, and it definitely does. They're very interested in each other, but they just don't have great opinion of each other. And we want to make sure that that does not get too low, and they start hating each other, which will just make things a lot more difficult later on. So with the day about to start, I think that is probably where we are going to call it for this episode. So we have a couple of goals now. We basically really need to get these hops so that we can create flavorful ale that we can sell over to York, which means in total we need 7 more paper. So hopefully we get the trader a little more often. We didn't get it last night, so that is a little unfortunate. Um, but until then, the main way that we're going to have to try to make money is to get this coal furnace done, probably try to get around 50 coal, which means turning some wood into coal. And then we can turn that coal, as soon as Canute gets done studying the weapon forge, we can turn that coal and the iron into spears, which if that is actually, it should be 24 apiece. So that should make us a pretty good amount of money. Even if we can just make about 25 spears or so, we could make potentially 50, but we do need this iron to get produced as well. But either way, that should get us a good solid 1,000 or so gold. Um, and after that, we can start to produce the flavorful ale, and that will start to give us a very substantial economy going on. As well, we are just kind of waiting for this temple to get built. It does need iron, though, so we need that to get produced. But otherwise, I thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you next time.